What's up, Red Snapper? Just chilling. I didn't know if I wanted to. I don't know. I just went with it. Decided to go live, which I figured I might go live a second time today. Which I was thinking I was gonna go live maybe a little later, but I just haven't. I just. How are you doing? That's kind of funny. I just said, "How are you doing?" And then you just asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing fine. Like I said, I just had been on the fence on when, but I knew that like earlier it was strange because I actually felt I was kind of drowsy, and I drank some coffee this morning, and so then I'd kind of dozed back off and took a small nap, and then around 2:30 my time I got back up and stuff. Then I went over to the store and I don't know. I don't know if I think I'm feeling them. They got these THC shots that I don't know if you were in the chat the other day when I was doing it. Ooh, gross. What is that? Hold on a minute. There's something on my finger. My dog came over to me and I petted her. What was on you? That looked like some kind of dookie or something. I'll be right back. What that was. It's alright. That was weird. I don't know. Looks like some. I guess she might have gotten into something, and when I pet, like it was, I don't know, it was it's either mud or doo doo. But I think it came off of her because it had hair on it, like, and I just went to pet her. Might have been something from the puppies. You know what I mean? Stuck to her hair. So anyway, I want to clean my hand off. It's good. So, that being said, I'm just chilling, and it's a little bit not, it wasn't bad this morning, but there was still a coolness to the, like earlier today, it felt cooler than it really is. Like it's in the 50s, but I was in my room earlier because it was morning time, and actually I had my black hoodie zip up on, and I'd kept it on since I'd been, but I took it off right before this because when I had been moving around and I'd been outside, I noticed that I was a little warmer, so I didn't really need it then. But I think earlier today I had the heater on in my room, and that's what I only heat the room. Like I don't heat the whole trailer, and or try to cool the whole trailer in the summer either. I don't know if anybody will show up. You know, it's Saturday. A lot of people might be out and about. Which, when you caught me earlier, you headed out and went to the pub, the bar, or whatever. Well, that's been a few hours ago. But yeah, I think by tomorrow, my plan for the other channel is to. I talked about that yesterday, I think, or was it? Yeah, might have been yesterday. I got the notification that like in 24 hours I'll be able to stream on my second channel. So I'm gonna do like I was talking about. Think about something. I want to kind of decide a specific day to do the first time I ever stream over there, and do it far enough out. Like set it up a week ahead. Like say, figure out what day next week I want to do a live stream on my second channel and what time. Schedule it, put it up, and let people know. And between now and the day that I do it, maybe have a few ideas of something to talk about specific. Like do it a little different. Make it a little special too, just because it's the first time I'm able to stream over there. And of course, we only have 50 subscribers there. And if anybody does show up, it'd probably be a few of you guys from over here or so. But my hopes is, from what I understand, the more, like I gained subscribers just by going live. You know, people randomly come across and they watch for a little while, they interact and they like it. They sometimes want to subscribe just for that, you know, just to catch me when I'm live. There's some people there's some people that don't necessarily watch the videos, but anytime I'm live, they're here. Or they try to be, or if they catch it. Oh. But my sense of timing's a little off. I've been kind of like in a slow, like, I think it's because of them, that when you ingest THC, like, edible wise, or when you ingest it in that manner, whether it be in food or a drink, form, it breaks down differently. So, and sometimes it'll linger longer. So I was thinking that might have been why I was a little slow down this morning or today, because there've been 2 days in a row I tried that. I did that one the other day and felt pretty good, and then I did one yesterday a little later in the day. But I've slept good. I tell you that. I've slept pretty good with doing those. Let's say thinking of I'm like, feeling pretty decent though. Feel like I may, going live always gets me because sometimes I feel like I'm being a little hard on myself. Like I think, like it'd be nice if I had some kind of preparation. Like it'd be cool if I had something thought out for this. But of course I'm not on a computer, and I don't, like, once I get all that again, eventually, like a computer and that set up, and learn how to use it again and all that. 'Cause I've never done anything like how they do on, like when some people are streaming, they're able to pull up stuff and they're able to share it with the audience, like images and stuff. I would like to have that ability. That'd be kind of cool, like in the future, where there's some things went on, like have a specific, like maybe I do a live stream every week that's several hours long, and it's about certain like stuff that's went on during that week or something. That would be kind of cool. And then I could have a prep, you know what I mean? Like have the certain few things ready and know what you're wanting to kind of like briefly touch on throughout the time. but you're able to pull it up in real time when you're and actually share any video or pictures and stuff with the people in the chat. And that I want to be able to learn how to do. Like, that'd be kind of cool. So. Yeah, I was, I don't know. It looked like you might have not been able to see me, but anyway, just discussing what I would like to learn how to do when I'm on not only that, it'd be cool, like, I want to keep most of the videos I do, like, on this channel anyway, pretty simple. But when I'm live streaming, it'd be cool to be able to pull up, like, if we get to talking about certain things, be able to just pull it up. Like, I could be here, like, somebody brings up something in the chat, I might be able to look it up right then, or someone sends me a link and pull it up, share it with everybody. I want to be able to learn how to do that, which is not, like, complicated. It's just you got to have the setup to be able to practice with it and see how you maneuver around. Yeah, I couldn't remember if you were had left the chat yet or not about, but I had mentioned this morning a subscriber, Mama Teresa, which is Teresa, her husband passed, so I had asked anybody to keep her in mind today. Bum, 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 bum. And, of course, my timing might be off here. I think once I get better at, like, I like kind of winging it. I like it when I don't really know that I'm necessarily going to do a stream. I just kind of gauge, like, I know every day I don't mind it and I would like to do it. But but I also see the necessity in setting it up a good time in advance. Because I've never set one up more than, I think I might have set one up before in the morning time for that afternoon and kept with that. Hey, William Mason. How's it going? Oh. Pretty good day so far, so good. I can't complain. Just hanging out. Glad to see somebody else here. Oh, but I don't know. I'm bad about, like, I was talking about, see, hey, Nature Girl, what's up, Nature Girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. You know what? I'm going to grab my glasses real quick. I'm able to read everything, it seems like, but, well, I ain't been on long, and I'm just hanging out. Nothing real spectacular, but give me a second here. I'll be right back. Okay. Dang, man, this whole body's hurting. Oh, my feet's a little sore. Okay, here we go. Well, if you're asking me what I've been doing today, I've been, let's say, well, I got up, made a video. I did another stream earlier, like sometime this morning. I don't remember what time, pretty early. And let's see, I cooked 2 hamburgers a little bit ago. I cooked both of them while a few hours ago, and I ate one right then and saved the other one and just ate it like before I went live. So that was cool. Like I ate a couple of hamburgers yesterday, but I still had some meat that I hadn't fully I hadn't opened and put in bags and stuff to put in the freezer. So I knew I was wanting to use some of that meat today in cooking and also put some up. So I did that. And I got a little bit that out of that packet that I didn't finish off putting in a bag and up into the freezer that I may cook later this evening. Because, and I don't know exactly if I'm going to make them into hamburgers or use that ground beef and just cook it as ground beef, chop up an onion. Because I got some tortillas, you know what I mean? So I could do it like that too. Just cook a ground beef, season it a little bit, cut up an onion in it, I got a tomato. And I got a little bit of sour cream. So, yeah, I might do that. I don't have taco season or anything, but I don't really need that. Just season it how I want it. So, basically, I've not done a whole lot. I did, like I said, I cooked a couple of hamburgers today. And some of the usual things like make a video this morning, do a live stream, made a short or a cut, I did some networking on X and stuff. And then for some reason I got a little drowsy and I fell asleep for probably about 45 minutes sometime after 12 o'clock. And what's up, Victoria? Oh, okay. Oh, you even homeschool on a Saturday? Well, it's a little different though, isn't it? Because are you all right, William? Have a good one. I hope we didn't run you off or that I wasn't boring you, but you're good. Have a good day. God bless you, William. But sometimes we can't always, like a lot of times, sometimes there's a lot of people that I'm subscribed to and I see them going live all the time. It's just sometimes I'm not able to jump in and tell them hi. Sometimes there's some people I prefer that if I'm going to say anything in their chat, I want to be able to stay. But then there's people that I just stop by and just say hi to them to let them know that I am aware they're still doing their thing and, catch up with them a little bit. Oh, it just depends on what mood I am in too, Sometimes it ain't nothing against any particular people. It's just sometimes at certain times of the day when they're streaming and I'm not, and I happen to see it, if I'm not especially if I'm busy, I'm just not, I don't usually jump into I don't watch anybody really too much until the evenings and stuff if it's a stream. More so it'd be in the afternoon or in the nighttime. Somebody that's on there for hours, like some people start up sometime in the evening and might be going into the late night. So those type of streams I'll go in and out on. You know what I mean? I'm sure y'all really wanted to know all that, right? It's kind of but the puppies seem to be doing good. They've opened their eyes. Matter of fact, I did show a couple of them off this morning and held them. When I went in there to get my glasses just now, uh, she had just went back in there, so they're all like feeding right now and stuff. But I could grab one and bring it in here if you want to see it. Why don't I do that? It ain't if they're awake and they're not asleep. They're all like, I'll bring it. I'll bring it in here in just a second. Show you off again. You becoming my favorite, I think. Okay, buddy. He ain't gonna like it. I know he ain't. Look at that though. This one's a little boy. He's the one I was saying that. So he's got the black like Ladybird, but he mostly has red around the face. Most of his paws are red. There's a little bit of white. And he's a boy. So if I was gonna keep one, this would probably be it, because it's a boy and it sort of reminds me of Ladybird. Of course, I just like the red, even though that red is from Astro probably. And of course, she's got that golden reddish blonde look too. But realistically, I really just don't need to keep any of them. And, like I said, if I was, this would be probably the one I'd keep. But, so this coming up week, so far, I haven't had to start cleaning up messes, but their eyes have opened and they are starting to make tiny little messes that she's still cleaning up. But I know this coming week, and I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with them yet. Like, I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to put them at night to where I don't have to get up and it be in my room. Like, I'd rather them being out here if it ain't that cold. If it's cold, I'll move them into the room. But if it's not that cold, I'm going to make them a spot out here that they can only go in. And I'll get up and clean that area every morning. I'll be right back. I'm going to take it back in there. Oh. Okay. And then, so that's that. Yeah, like, because they're not like fully walking yet, but they're using their limbs, like where that area where they stay, they're able to move from one side to the next now pretty well. They'll, like in the next few days, they will probably start, you know how when they first start trying to hold themselves up and they have trouble at first? That's kind of what the stage they're in. Like when one of them, I can tell when one of them's trying to poop or something, and it'll just be a little hard ball. That's what I was saying. It ain't a big mess or nothing yet. That's only been just yesterday that I started noticing that. Like usually, like the real messes won't come for another week or two. She'll still kind of be keeping part of it clean, but she's spending less time with them now. Like she'll go outside and stay outside for, like today, a couple of times today, she's been outside and stayed out for 30, 40 minutes at a time. But they seem to be all right. So I'm just trying to figure out, today's their second week. So they're only 2 weeks. 2 weeks old. But it's only like a few more weeks and they'll be pretty much ready to be like another couple of weeks she'll start, like I'd say by the end of next week she'll already be starting to try to, like, she'll be feeding them less. She's still feeding them really well, but she's starting to space her time. by next Saturday, she's going to be keeping away from them more. And they'll actually probably, between now and next Friday or next Saturday, they'll be moving around in here. Like, hopefully, I'll have some days that are nice, like today, where I can put them outside for a little while. That's what I did usually with Ladybird's puppies is until I could get rid of them, if it was not nasty outside, I could put them outside. Generally, the puppies until they get to a certain age, they would stay right here, right by the porch, up under the porch, or, somewhere in where I could see them. No, but I'm thinking about my neighbors used to have a little. I'm going to ask them about. I don't know. I think they might have got rid of it though. It wasn't real big, but they used to have this little fence thing that you could set up, and they had these two inside dogs that, when they put them outside, they didn't want them running around, bothering or doing whatever, so they put them in that. You could set it up. It was like a small perimeter, and you could, until the puppies got to a certain size, something like what they had would work. At least it would keep them in that section, but I thought about getting something like that even for in here, like a little, it'd be a fence that folds up, but it makes so many feet around. And I got enough space in here, I could set something like that up so that the only area that they could mess up on the floor would be that one specific area. But I could also move it around. I wouldn't want to keep it in the same area the whole time. Because you don't want to, of course, I'm cleaning the messes up I would clean it up. Usually, and then I'll clean up after them for a few weeks. And then at some point I start trying, if somebody takes one or two, but until I start getting rid of them, at a certain point I'll start, the last litter, when I got down to where I had a few puppies still hanging on, I was still with them, I started housebreaking them, like a little big girl and then her brother that I still had. Yeah, that might work, but what I thought about it, if I was to find an old playpen would work for a little while, but it'll work out. I'm not that, I was more, I think I was stressing over it more than I needed to be, because it's, what I mean? I'm kind of complaining about the idea that I'm going to have to get up and mess around with it every day, but that's part of life. And actually, that's just going to be something that I'm able to look, it'll add a little bit more meaning to my life until they're gone. It's something I have to get up and I have to do, but it's something that would give me a sense of more responsibility. Of course, I am being more responsible lately, like getting up, taking care of my channel and everything, and doing a little bit of cooking in the day and cleaning, trying to network and stuff. But something like that, I remember the last time when the puppies were here, that I had the puppies that she came from. It was aggravating, but it was also fulfilling. I guess because I don't have children, I imagine it to be it's probably aggravating having children, but you love them, Hold on a minute. Okay. I heard a horn outside, like someone honking. I didn't know if someone had pulled in my driveway. So, yeah, it's just another thing to help my day. That particular part of, having to get, I know in the next few days, I need to figure it out. I'm going to have to figure out Um, to me, right now, it's still too early to, even if I knew exactly where I'm going to put them, I think it's still a little early on moving them. So I'm just going to go with them being in the room for the next few days until they start moving around a lot, because there'll be a point where I don't want them up under my feet all day long, and if I'm in my room or whatever. But I also don't want them running around everywhere. That's why outside will be good for a little while. But they're too, like right now, they don't move around well enough that I wouldn't put them outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I would, but the weather has warmed up. So, like today, it was in the 50s and stuff. Although the first part of the day it felt cooler because it was overcast and everything. But the sun finally came out, and then yesterday was pretty. Well, no, well, yeah. Yesterday was okay, and then it rained. Or no, wait, was yesterday all the rain? No, yesterday was the rain. That's right. But the day before yesterday was pretty decent, but kind of windy, and the day before that was warm. I haven't seen any call for any real cold weather for a little while, but it just turned February, so I bet you within the next 2 weeks we're probably going to have a good cold snap. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked into how, but I know that going into this week we're looking at some warm weather. Like today was in the 50s. I think each day going forward until whenever it stops, it's going to go up so many degrees, like 60s to the 70s sometimes this week. I don't know. So that's good, especially in the time. Sometime this week, they're going to be moving around enough where I'm going to want those kind of days where, like, once they start moving around good, I want to be able to put them out there for a little while. Usually what will happen is they're too scared. They'll wander out in the yard some, but any other dog comes around or like something, they'll run up under the porch. I'd like to say it's mild here, but there's usually a few spots at some point that'll be pretty bad, but it's not like. Although, last year, anytime it gets down like in the teens or lower around here, it's pretty it kind of screws a lot of stuff up because a lot of people's pipes and stuff bust and everything. Even if you leave the water on, sometimes if it gets too cold, it'll like Betty's stuff and stuff. Like they had the water running that night, but it still froze up. That's cool. Right. Well, I've always lived in the South, and like growing up in Middle Tennessee, it was pretty much similar to where I'm at here in Alabama. But the part of Alabama I am in is right up touching, like right next to the bottom of Tennessee, going into the area where I lived in the middle. So it's going to be similar weather. Well, that sounds like a lot of people I know that like. Oh, you okay? Oh, I need to try to make a phone call this week, like Monday. If I need to call that vet. I just ever since I got paid, I've been busy. Like the day I got paid, we went and did. I just basically focused on getting some groceries and things I needed, paid a few bills and got everything wrapped up. And then the next day I went and washed clothes and did all that stuff. So it's about time for me sit down. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out because I want to try to get I want to try to get Biddy taken care of if I can. Yeah, they are like I don't know. I wouldn't mind having another cat, but I don't know how. There's some other dogs that run around here that I don't that don't didn't take. They weren't real good with cats, and I think actually some of them are. We don't know exactly who, but Betty had a nice cat at one point, and he got killed by one of these dogs or something. Not my dogs, but some of the strays and stuff. So. Oh, okay. You've recently got a taken to for such things. Okay, another one's wandered up for you too. There's a lady that lives down the road somewhere. I seen where she comes from, but I don't know where house or nothing. She lives a little ways away, but she comes up here and drops dog food off on. There's a couple of spots that she leaves dog food for the dogs out there that don't belong to anybody that got left behind here. Of course, they go around here and try to eat anything somebody throws out, but there's other dogs that actually belong to people here, like my dogs, and Betty's got a couple over there that they actually claim, stuff like that. So those dogs that were left here that caused a problem at one point, uh, they just kind of fend for themselves. So that lady, I guess, figured it out. But she's got a little spot that's kind of catty corner across from the trailer park that she stops. Sometimes she'll stop right here at the trailer park and dump out dog food for them. Oh, talking to. Okay, you got a talking to. Okay, I got you. I was thinking you'd said talking to, but it said taking, so I didn't know what you. I thought you meant like what she was talking about. I was thinking maybe another stray had come up outside on you, nature girl, and they had taken to you. But now I get what you're talking about. I guess you had gotten a talking to for spoiling your dog, for your son's spoiling your son's dog. Somebody had said something the other day that didn't register for me for a few minutes. Like I was trying to figure out what it was that they had said in the chat. They said something, and I didn't quite understand what he was talking about. It was Ed the other day. He was talking about something, and I didn't know what he was talking about. He asked if I ever hovered. And he said something about public bathroom, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Then I finally, when he explained it, I knew what he was talking about, but I didn't know what he was talking about. Like if the toilet's nasty, you hold your ass up above it. Oh, okay. So it is like there's some cats outside, and somebody said something to you for. Well, I mean, if they're within your vicinity where you can hear them and see them, and when you go outside, they're there. I mean, I couldn't just not at least give them something. I'm the same way with these dogs that don't really belong to me. If I can, now sometimes like I don't really throw nothing out. If I do, I make sure my dogs are inside if I'm gonna throw them dogs out there because I throw something outside, my dog's gonna run out there and get in a fight if any of them other dogs try to come at it and get it. Oh, okay, nature girl, I got you. Hey, life goes on, don't it? I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. I guess they just don't want them coming around them. Like once you start it, they'll start wanting, expecting it. I do understand that. Uh, it becomes they become dependent on that source if you do it too regularly. But I mean, if it was your place, you'd be doing it. I understand though. Like now that makes a difference. Yeah. Yeah, we're out in the country too. We're out in the middle of BFE. Somebody else has been trying to tune in here, but I think they keep coming in and out. Yeah, that's tricky. Oh well. Are they still around, the cats and stuff? Yeah, cats are good at that, doing stuff like that. Since my cat died like this past, like last year and everything, because he died and killed. He died like just right before Ladybird, but I've had more problems with mice and stuff like that. Like because of him, I used to not have any real trouble. Like, usually in the cold weather, I'd get a couple of mice here and there, but nothing really bad. And it was like this year that, but I figured out why. I think I figured out why. For the first time, I actually experienced a rat or two. See, when that old building that they converted into the store, that was an old building that had sit there for years. I imagine it was filled with all kinds of different vermin. You know what I mean? They would probably had nests and stuff over there. So they start working on that building, doing all that construction. That ran a bunch of them away from where they had been. So they started to find new sources. But my dog Biddy, she's caught I've done found like 3 dead rats, like 2 outside and 1 inside, where she damn killed them. uh, oh well, I'm in a pretty good mood today. I'm trying to keep it that way. It just feels so late and it's still early. Like I know the days are starting to get longer, but it's still not quite there yet. We still got another good at least another month before you really start paying attention. Like in about 3 or 4 weeks, we'll start noticing it just get more and more every day. Like right now, the difference is tiny. Like it's changing a little bit every day, but in about a month, they'll be more noticeable. Oh yeah, Victoria, I had forgot. I had mentioned this earlier, but I don't think you might have been here. Or thanks for bringing that up, Nature Girl. Pray for Teresa if you remember her, Victoria. She's been in the chats before. She's been a long time subscriber to the channel, and she's a dear friend of mine. Her husband passed. Uh, I she actually told me that Okay. But I remember she told me earlier that his daughter, like he was in bad yesterday, but he stayed alive. Like he was alive. Like when she got there after work to see him at the hospice place, like he didn't pass till she got there. So, but Teresa didn't have to see it and everything. Like she'd been going through so much, so that was cool. But yeah, I forgot to mention that when you came in, Victoria. Nature Girl knew about it, and then I think I brought it up a minute, like a little while ago. There was two other people in the chat, like William was one of them, and he's already left, but another person's already left, I think. So, but this morning I had mentioned it in a live, and I also mentioned it in the Jesus Calling video. And I told Teresa I would, and asked her that it was okay because she's came in the chats before, and she's always friendly with everybody. She's a good, kind soul, and of course she's mourning, but she's also happy because he was in a lot of, like he was in a bad way. Like they don't know exactly what was wrong. It's just his health had depleted quite rapidly, and within just like when they finally got a nurse involved, like just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they finally got hospice nurse to come check him out. From that point to like yesterday, it just completely started like getting worse and worse. But she had been dealing with it all on her own. Like during the day, Teresa was having to, like he couldn't do anything. She was having to get him in and out of bed, to help him use the bathroom. He'd gotten to where he was having to use diapers. Like it was like pretty bad. So he's in a better place. She's sad, but she's happy that that's a lot of stress lifted off of her now. There's a lot of things that it's a new chapter in life. But she's grateful for everybody. She told me thanks for mentioning anything to you guys, and I passed on to her. Well, I told her that I mentioned it in the Jesus Calling video and stuff like that. She commented and stuff like that. If so. But yeah, you never know. Like we're all going through something, man. It's like I'm just grateful for every day I get, above ground. Like I even though some days aren't that great, sometimes. Right now I'm on a good streak still feeling pretty good health wise. It seems like I'm feeling a little better slowly but surely, you know, um, and I'm very grateful for that. So, because like I never know the next. Like I'm not anticipating and wanting it, but you never know the day you're going to wake up and it might be a not so great day. And so I'm very blessed on like days like today, even though I didn't do a lot. Just been able to enjoy the day and do what I could do and interact with some people, and hopefully I've made a positive influence to people. That's what I might strive to do. So, uh, but yeah, it's an up and down. You know, um, a lot of it is how we respond. Yeah, it like we can, like for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I know that I've made some bad times a lot worse just because of certain. Like I've been in a bad mindset before when some bad stuff was going on, and that made going through that bad stuff even worse. But if you're bad mindset, if you're in a good mindset and something comes on that's kind of heinous, sometimes you can get through it a little easier. Okay. Well, I ain't going anywhere just yet. I thought about it, but I kind of enjoy this. Isn't like this is like talking to you guys and stuff is like it's like therapy. It's like um, but I mean, I might get off here here shortly because it has been almost an hour, and it is almost 5 o'clock. But I have nothing else to do. Like I have absolutely nothing to do really. Like I ate a hamburger before I started the live stream. Like technically, I shouldn't be hungry, even though I kind of feel like I am. But I think that's I think that's from smoking. Like you know what I mean? I think I got the munchies there. I shouldn't be hungry. I ate a pretty good sized hamburger. And then an hour or two before that, I ate one before that. So, so I've had 2 hamburgers. But I know that I'm not wanting to cook anything right now. Like if I was to eat anything, but uh, a lot of times a lot of times like I'll go ahead and cook even though like I'm not gonna eat it right then. Like right now, like if I was in the stream, that's probably what I'd do. I'd figure out how I'm gonna do the meat, if I'm gonna do it in a tortilla or do it like in a patty again. So once I determined that, then I'd probably start cooking it just so that it'd be ready. Because if I wait till I'm actually really hungry enough to eat or whatever, then it's like it seems more of a task. If I do it ahead of time and it don't take much, get it done, it's there. All I got to do is make it, put it together and eat it when I want to. So, which, yeah. If I do the tortillas, there's a little preparation I'd have to do. So, like, the chopping of the onion and, okay. So we're all kind of like thinking about something anyway. Even though I've already ate, I'm thinking about, she's chopping veggies and cooking. And Victoria, you're making beef caldo. Is that what it's called right now? How do I not know what that is? If it's beef, I like it. I don't know. I don't recognize the word though, caldo. So I'm at a loss on that one. Oh, okay. It's oxtail soup. I've never had that. So that sounds interesting. Sounds good, actually. Sounds real good. But no, I was just thinking, like, I just realized that if I was to do, well, even a hamburger's a little prep, because I mean, I can put the patties on and cook it, but I still got to cut a slice of tomato and slice of onion. But if I was wanting to do it in the tortillas, I want to chop up part of an onion into smaller pieces. So that's a little more effort, and then probably cut up a tomato like into little pieces. I bet it is. It just sounds good. Oh, whoa, man. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah. And then February, of course, you got. I'm trying to remember. That's awful that I don't remember it. Sarah's birthday's in February, and I can't quite remember the exact date. I think it was either the 4th or the 8th. something saying to me the 8th, but I could be wrong. I just know that it's like it's in the first part of February, so it's the first week or two. So it's either, but the 4th or the 8th is what's ringing a bell to me. See, yeah, she had been born in '92, so she was she was pretty young, but I remember the year, and I remember, but I just don't in the month. I just corn and veggies. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to. I am gonna probably wrap this up here. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed every bit of it, every minute of it. Uh, I just got to thinking about something I need to go talk to the neighbor about. Yeah, she turned 26 the year she died. So, which that was in 2018. So, let's see. Because when we first met, I think when we met, she was like, she had either just turned, no, wait, I want to say she was 24 when we met, and then she turned 25. Then we, then, uh, then we split up, and then she moved back to Philadelphia or whatever, and she turned 26 uh, right before she was about to come back. So she turned 26 in February, and then that first week of March died. Like it was right that first week. So, but anyway, yeah, like it was. Anyway, it's like it was weird because she was very smart, very like it was unusual for me to like I could have like really intelligent conversations with her, and that's what blew my mind when I first met her. Like like learning about her, and like then I learned about like how she had been a valet. Like in high school, she was like top notch in high school, valedictorian. She was really into physics, and she liked science and just all this stuff. And it was cool because like when I started talking about some things that I knew about, like or had read about, certain things about, and I would share like certain stuff about spirituality with her. And then I would get into the subject of quantum physics, and she could follow it because she knew some stuff. Yeah, like I just think she was to be as young as she was like what I mean. She was like, because I remember when we first got together, I felt it was like at first I felt a little weird because I was older, but like like her history was that she had dated several people that were older. Like the guy that she had moved to North Carolina with was actually older than me. Like, so she had moved there with an older dude, and then split. They got into it. And she moved out and everything, and then moved to Morgan, and that's how we met. Her favorite color was purple. That was cool. And I remember like finding out, like when you look up purple, that's the color of royalty, supposedly. That's why they use purple for like in representation of Jesus and stuff like that. Like kings. So, and she was into She was really into hummingbirds. That's why I have, that over there. The Not hummingbirds, but owls. She was into owls. That's why I have owls. So it was stupid that I said hummingbirds. Anyway, you get my point. That's an owl up there too, like a old drawing or a thing someone tried to color in or whatever. But I'm not down or out or sad about it. I'm thankful for the time that I had. Like it was just an interesting. It was an interesting relationship we had, and I'm very grateful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was very standoffish when we first met, and all like. So like, like I don't really believe in like doing the boyfriend girlfriend thing. I believe in just love across the board, and like blah 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 blah. But ended up dating, actually dating and stuff like that. So. Yeah, I do. Uh, I have a few pictures. Or well, I think right now all I have is one. Let's see. Pretty sure. Like the way that I ended up having to get like. I think if I go into my Google, like my Google One account, there's like several pictures that I found on Facebook a while back, which I'm not on Facebook anymore, so I can't do that again. But I found them in an old account, uh, one of my old accounts that's there, but I can't get into. But I went in and friended that account and then all that kind of stuff. So uh, I was able to go and download the pictures and have them, and so they're in my Google. Like they're not on the phone. Uh, every once in a while, I've posted a picture like and stuff. She was kind of a big girl, brown hair, but her eyes were, I think, blue. Like it was like a weird, like you'd think I'd remember that. Things fog my memory. But I think I have one picture that is on the phone because I want to say I do. Yeah, if I find it, I'll share it with you. You know what I mean? If I find it, I'll. Yeah, ditto, Victoria, Nature Girl. Well, you just typed something, so I guess you were not chopping at the time. But yeah, Victoria says she's got to leave. I guess. Yeah, that's cool, Nature Girl. What I was gonna say is I can if I remember or just remind me, I'll see if I can. There's one particular picture that I think I've kept like in my like where I don't have to keep down because like like those other pictures in my Google One, like the way I got the picture that I do have on my phone right now, I believe is I had to go into my storage from the Google, and then I had to like download the picture again back to the phone. Like it's in the storage, but it wasn't on the actual phone. And I'm trying to remember if I got the picture still. If it ain't on the phone, then I got to go download it. And once I get all that done, I'll try to remember to show you, you know, or whatever. Actually, I might try to see if I can remember, if I can look up her specific day, if it was the 4th or the 8th, so that I might do like a post about it, post her picture and in memory of and stuff, explain a few things. That might be what I do. Yeah, I know, man. Like, it's like, It's like I don't have any pictures of my mom. Like I do have like a few like in the Google thing where other people have sent them to me, but you know, and I've asked my sister over the few years, hey sis, could you print off some of the pictures you have of mom? But of course that entails she's got a bunch of pictures up in the attic. But she also has some that are on the walls that I said, well, you could just take some of the ones off the wall and scan them and put. But she works all the time and stuff, and I don't like keeping pressing her. But it'd be nice if at some point she could get a few good pictures together, scan them into the computer, and have them printed for me and send them to me. I'd love to have a few more pictures of my mom, But, oh well. Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, it's been actually enjoyable talking about, like, the fact that I thought about Sarah and brought her up, and then you asking questions about her, man. That's kind of cool, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, and I ain't gonna lie, ever so often there's times that I do know that she's somewhere watching or nearby. Like I can tell, like just like, well, I would imagine she's probably pretty close by right now. That's probably part of why I'm talking about her. But same with my mom. Sometimes I can feel more of the presence than other times. Like there's not, Lane, they're always around, but there are times that the sense of it is stronger. So, yeah, that's what I'm meaning is I feel, I kind of felt that as this whole conversation started going more and more, that's what I was feeling is that she's nudging me to let it out, that she's happy. Like, like this keeps like in essence her life energy still moving, and just the fact of talking and honoring her like in my videos by saying ditto, even if everybody doesn't know that, that'd be a cool that's something that I could think about. That'd be kind of cool, like if I could uh if I was to schedule a live stream on this channel uh, ahead, like a good bit ahead, like maybe entitle it "Why I Say Dittos" for other people that like new to the channel that might catch me and never knew about it. Do a hope, but I don't think that would be the entire live stream. He'd want other things to talk about, but the only reason I brought that up is because. I'm gonna schedule some kind of stream on the second channel soon. Yeah, that could be a thing to do. Like, especially if I find out for sure and remember. Like, if I was to pull up her, if somehow I can. I think the last time I pulled up, I pulled her up online and found her obituary, and that's how I remembered what day she was like. Because the obituary should tell the day of birth and the day of death. That's what I thought. Or like if I can, well, I think I did a short last year. There's a short somewhere on this channel, I think, where I took some of Sarah's pictures and I made them where like one come after another into a short and put some music to it, but I could be wrong. And I wouldn't know how far back it is. So that's no telling. So that is intriguing. I might see if I can go find those pictures in my storage, get them back onto the phone, and then edit them into like a little small video that I can upload onto it and put music to it. I'm just going to figure out a new one if I can download those pictures again into the phone and then make another one and then because something is reminding me that I might have done this already, but like there's no reason I can't do it again. And because I'm wanting to think if I did, I used One Republic, the song "I Lived," because that was like I'd never really knew about that song till this dude like asked me to download it for him. But then Sarah knew all about the song, and once I heard the song, I absolutely loved it. And then it kind of, after she died, that song really just spoke to me. Like, if you listen to the words, like, talking about, because the video of "I Lived" is pretty intense too, because you got that girl with that thing in her throat at the beginning of it, talking about it, living with the cystic fibrosis or whatever. Cystic fibrosis. You know what I'm talking about. Cystic. Oh yeah, I had said I was gonna go over to my neighbor's for a second. I gotta go find out something. So yeah, I wanted to go over there before it gets dark, and the sun's starting to go down. You can tell in the window that it's getting a little darker out there. So yeah, I live. That's what I was talking about. That was like I discovered that song through somebody that was asking me to download him some music, and then like Sarah knew that song and knew about that band and everything, but I had never like knew about it because like I just wasn't into like I'm not into a lot of current like modern pop music, but when I heard the song, like when he told me about it, I was thinking this is probably going to be something I don't like, but I heard the song and it was so like because the words to that song is so great, Yeah. I think they are. Now, what's weird is that I tried listening to some other One Republic stuff and it was a lot different. Like that is about now I could be wrong. They could have some other stuff, but that song was really good. And then like because I remember downloading one of the album that was on, and all the other stuff just didn't seem it's almost like they wrote something so good. What were they thinking on their other stuff? I don't know. But as far as that song, they knocked it out of the park, and it's a good song. So, but I'm gonna get off here. Thanks for stopping in, and I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll be looking and seeing about those pictures because that's something that I need to think about. And even if I can't figure out exactly, it kind of aggravates me because like how I forget people's you know, like for a long time I couldn't remember every year my mom's birthday, but I finally remembered. I know her birthday is the 4th of January, but it took me a long time to actually remember it and keep it in my brain. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you. Until next time, Mr. or Miss Nature Girl, ditto.